everybody. I'm off to Laos on Tuesday to do some work for the government. I'm preparing a national policy to encourage investment in agricultural business, but that's another matter, not for now. Still, here's a map of Laos, sandwiched between Cambodia, China, Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam. A real pig in the middle. And they do produce pigs and coffee and rice and vegetables, bunch of other crops. It's a huge country in terms of geography, the size of the entire United Kingdom, or the area between the Canadian border, Washington, D.C., and, I suppose, Pittsburgh, the Appalachian Mountains. But its population is tiny, just under 8 million persons. Most live in and around Vientiane, the capital, and in other smaller towns. But there's a sizable population scattered all over in the hill country, and there's some beautiful mountains. The scenery is magnificent, and I recommend it to nature lovers or trekkers. Go to the historic Plain of Jars. It's breathtaking. I was going to do an entire episode explaining why this place is more important than many of you might think. Indeed, I doubt a wider audience even knows where Laos is or perhaps has heard of it, although it figured in a secret CIA war during the 1970s when the whole region was in flames. And then I decided not to. Let me change gear. One of the aspects of society that's distinguished much of Asia from the collective West is that over here you watch your tongue. In the days of the samurai in Japan, mouthing off could get your head cut off. Here in Thailand, any form of defamation is a criminal offence. In China, social media is monitored, so if you post the wrong thing, you can lose social credits or even go to jail. Elsewhere, including Laos, the authorities take a dim view of outright criticism. It can even get you face down in a ditch. I don't recommend it. So I decided not to take the risk. Even though much of what I have to say about Laos is positive, there is always the possibility of being misunderstood. After all, I just did a light-hearted YouTube short episode about my emergency travel kit and got completely misunderstood. Check it out. No, I don't go around bashing people in the head. Moreover, I'm an outsider, a farang, as the Thais say, a guest, and it's more impolite to be critical of your hosts. After all, this is their country, not mine. Yet, in the country in which I am a citizen, in which I served in the British Army, voicing my opinion has always seemed natural. I've certainly never been afraid to speak up. Why should I be? I don't incite violence, far from it. I don't use foul and offensive language. I try not to trigger people. I don't libel or slander anyone. And I don't purvey misinformation, at least not deliberately. In fact, I make a special effort to verify my sources and the facts. England and Wales have their own laws. Scottish law is distinct. But within the limits of these laws, anyone can say anything they would like to, without fear, as it should be. Were I an American, I'd have even more explicit protection. The First Amendment of the Constitution explicitly protects free speech. So why do I find from a few days ago that I'm worried about my episodes here and on other platforms? I use LinkedIn and X or Twitter a lot. Have they brought me foul of the law? It's something that I've just become worried about. Here's why. The head of the London Metropolitan Police, Sir Mark Rowley, just issued a warning that even people abroad could be arrested for posts deemed malicious. He said, and I quote, "We will come after you with the full force of the law." Being a keyboard warrior, and I guess I am a keyboard warrior, does not make you safe from the law. If I offend, fair enough. But who decides the offence? An elderly woman was recently arrested in England for expressing her concerns about migration to a police officer. She spent the night in the cells. That wasn't the England that I was brought up in. How can it be that I'm more concerned about what I say on this platform than I am about working on intensely political issues, agriculture, nutrition, food, foreign investment, in an openly communist, one-party state? I know where I stand here. The rules in this part of the world are clear, but I'm confused about what my own government might decide I represent. What if somebody complains that they feel threatened by what I say? After all, I've talked about slavery and the banning and burning of books. If you're confused too, then here are a couple of sites that might help. Meanwhile, I'm off, hopefully back in a couple of weeks. If you enjoyed this episode and weren't triggered by it, please give it a like and subscribe so that you can get regular automatic notifications of when I put things up on this platform. Thanks very much. See you later.